Most traders quit too soon, and it's because they don't understand the 4 stages of psychological development or how to become a intuitive discretionary trader. They don't understand the stages of development, so they just quit or they get stuck and they keep repeating the loop of failure of the beginner trap and they never master anything. So if you're a trader that is serious about mastery and leveling up your trading skills and you understand that everything is internal, then make sure you watch this video to the end because I'm going to go through all 4 stages of development so that you get a clear and clean, precise picture of what each stage looks like so that you understand where you are within your journey. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe and drop your comments below and let me know that you're ready to level up your tradings. A lot of you watch my videos and you're not subscribed, so make sure you subscribed if you haven't already so that this video can get boosted by the algorithm and more traders like you can see this message. So let's get started. So there is this stage of trading, this mastery stage, and it's where everything happens automatically without you having to think about too much. So it's like a level of intuition. You have this inner intuition that is guiding you, discretionary trading. So you have discretionary entry, sort of a knowingness. And that is basically pattern recognition, understanding your patterns or understanding candles and structure of the market, and also being familiar with macro events. So basically, you have the whole picture, which makes up your intuition, if that makes sense to you. And to get to this level, there are 4 stages of psychological development that you need to understand to be able to reach this kind of level of mastery. And if you don't understand this, then you will never get there. You will never get there intentionally. You might get there by accident. So this is how it looks. So stage 1 is what we call the unconscious incompetence level. Unconscious incompetence. So that means you're incompetent and you are also unconscious that you are incompetent at trading. So you don't even know that you suck. You just suck. And that's the first stage of learning any skill, really, is that you don't know what you don't know and you don't know that you don't know. Unconscious incompetence. So you're incompetent, you're not able to do anything. So once you have this first initial stage of awareness, it's your wake up moment. This is where the lights go on and you now are aware of your flaws. So you now become conscious incompetence. This is stage 2, conscious incompetence. So that means that you are now aware that you don't know what you don't know. And that in trading could be anything from market structure, higher time frame trends analysis, macro, like you know that you don't know this information. And that's why you are struggling, because you don't know this information. And then there is stage 3, which is conscious competence. Conscious competence is basically the stage where you are now competent and you're learning. So you're learning, you've learned the strategy, you learned what to look for, but you have notes. You still have to go back and look at your notes to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So let's think of it as a game of golf. You're at the driving range, and now you have a golf pro teaching you how to swing. So he's telling you to relax and disconnect from the target and just keep your eye on the ball and just follow through. And the pro is telling you all of these things that you have to do. But because you haven't done it many times yet, it's not automatic. So you have to consciously think about all of these things. You have to run through it in your mind before you take the swing. It's the same with your trading. You have to run through everything in your in before you buy or sell. So basically in trading, it's could be things like trying to understand where fair value gaps are, where order blocks are, what market structure is, where the order flows are, where the footprint is, where things are happening within the chart, and you're just marking out, but you also have a checklist that you're doing this consciously. However, this is where the 100-day backtesting that I've been talking about becomes important. Because if you can backtest for about 100 days, you have to backtest. There's no way around it. Okay. You need to backtest, and then you need to forward test, and you need to learn how to manage your emotions if you want to go to the mastery stage. There's no way around it. You cannot trade without past data, without having data on your edge. So what you do is you backtest for 100 days. And as I said previously, after between 30 to 50 days of backtesting every day for 1 hour, first thing in the morning, this is the stage where this constant repetition of being in this conscious competence level, where you're repeating it, you're in a backtesting environment, and you're able to take your time. You have a checklist that you can go through. It's not a live market condition, but you're practicing, and through this, doing this repetitively every day, you build this pattern recognition after about 30 days. So now after 30 days, you have neuroplasticity, new neurons which have been grown in your brain, which at that point are new behaviors, new neural pathways, new ways of doing things. So you have now a new understanding of the market because you've been doing it repetitively. It's like driving home for the first time, and then after about a month or two, you just drive home automatically. It just happens automatically. You don't have to think about it. At that level, when you get to that level, when these things happen automatically out of intuition, discretionary trading, this is the level that we call unconscious competence. This is the highest level of mastery that you can be for anything. And so you have to understand that these are the 4 levels of development for your brain, for the psychology to develop, for your mind, your brain to rewire. This is why 100 days of backtesting is important. Time spent doing the same task, repeating the same task is important. Anybody that says that's full of shit is just fat and lazy and stupid and doesn't want to do the work. Do you understand? Like that, if you say that you don't need to backtest and that you can just go ahead and pick up a new strategy and forward test it and just make it work, you're fooling yourself. You're lazy. You don't want to do the real work, and your ego is protecting you from doing the real work. So then you're in the comments arguing with people like me and other traders that are telling you how to really do it the right way. But because the right way takes time, there is no shortcut. You have to put in the work. This is the work that you have to do. You have to back test, and then you have to forward test, and then you go live. And it's a long, slow, hard process. But sometimes doing the hard thing, the long and slow process, is the fast process to success. Does that make sense? That's actually the shortcut. Because unless you do that, you'll just keep fucking it up. You'll just keep in the failure loop. You won't get anywhere. You will never learn anything. You won't be able to develop trust in yourself, in your system, in your edge. You don't even know about your edge. You don't even know what it looks like. You don't know how often it comes. So you need to do the back testing. It's absolutely essential. And the reason most traders fail is because they've never done 100 days of back testing. And the guys that have, the traders that do the back testing for 5, 6, 7 months, 3 months, whatever, these are the guys that are successful, that are consistent. So you have to do this. It's just part of the process. You cannot just watch some pink Bugatti video and think that it's so easy that you don't need to do anything and then buy a course for $1,000 or whatever and then go open an account and then think that you're going to pass. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It's not that simple. If it were, then everybody would be successful. Do you understand? You have to do this work. There's no way around it, because that's how you build the intuition. Intuition is like your sixth sense in the market, a knowingness. And this is what separates professionals from amateurs, is they have this internal edge of having this intuition, this inner edge. And of course, they also work on their psychology. So you can reprogram yourself over 100 days easily. You can reprogram your mindset, your psychology. You can get rid of overtrading. You can get rid of all of these negative emotions, all these past childhood traumas, anything that is going to block your ability to trade. Because two people could be trading the same strategy, but they look at the market differently. One feels nothing and the other one is full of greed and fear. And then they can't hold trades, and then they have a big ego. They have an oversized ego. When they take a loss, they have to re-enter and revenge trade, take it out on the market. I'm going to get back at you, blah, 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 all this crap. Whereas the professional is intuitive, discretionary, and calm, feels nothing, stone cold. That's what you need to be. Do you understand? So if that's what you want to do, then check out the first link in the description, the Inner Edge Pro. We do all of that. We fix everything. And we reprogram your mind, and we basically delete all of your negative habits, your negative emotions, your fear, your overconfidence, your greed, your ego. Get rid of the ego. There's no space for ego in trading. So that's today's video. This is how you are going to develop this inner self intuition, this inner power. It's your superpower. It's like a sixth sense. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe, drop your comments below. Let me know which stage of competence you're at, stage 1, 2, 3, or 4. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Bye.